Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast.
And this is the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Coming up, it's the Hemings Sold Car Guess the Price game. Jeff has the drawbacks to owning a classic car.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to join in on that one. And Mars reviews the new Jeep Wrangler 392 just ahead on this segment of the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Howdy. Along with Mike out of This World Bars. We always need more Jeff Dziekan. I'm Don Armstrong. Thanks so much for joining us on our live Saturday broadcast. If you're listening on a podcast or anything past Saturday at noon, then it's recorded. But we're giving you, this is just a heads up just to let you know.
Yeah.
A disclaimer, as you know.
Oh, disclaimer.
A disclaimer. Okay, well, so here's what we got coming up in this little segment. We're going to do Hemings Guess the Sold Car Price and recalls. Let me get rid of the recalls first. Okay?
Knock yourself out.
Not that many, but we do have some. Of course, always, as is every week, Mercedes-Benz is on the list. Improperly tightened rear axle differential bolts.
Oh.
Martha, something sounds funny back there in the back end.
It could be too tight, not too loose.
Right. It could be.
Or
So
too
the
loose,
rear
not
end's
too
too
tight.
tight?
Could be loose, depending on where you live.
Jeff? Score one for Jeff. Mercedes-Benz GLC 300 and the S580 for 2024. You got one of those, then you got an issue. That's Mars.
No,
Here,
it's mine in my briefcase across the room.
well, why don't you
it's way
get up
over
and
there.
go take care of
Let's
that?
go take care of that.
Just hand it to him, will you?
Yeah, hand it to me.
Did you forget to turn off the
It's
ringer?
probably Santa.
Santa.
Wondering where his reindeer
Well,
are.
I'm glad that you brought that up because, I did not.
Oop, it's off.
Yeah, I did not turn the ringer down on mine. So,
That was Jeff's warning.
yeah.
Santa's in the neighborhood.
All right, so more recalls. Front seat side airbags may not deploy on the Jeep Grand Cherokee 22 to 24 model years, along with the Grand Cherokee L. Loss of control from a cracked wheel swivel bearing on the BMW X3. Roof frame crack may damage airbag on deployment on the BMW X4 for 2025. Loose bolts in Don's head and on the brake caliper and wheel hub bearing in the Lexus NX for 25 and the Toyota RAV4 for 2024. Jeep Renegade 21 to 23, reduced visibility of reverse lights. And Tesla just issued this one. This was yesterday, recalling almost 700,000 vehicles in the U.S. over an issue with the tire pressure monitoring system. It's an over-the-air update. You don't have to do anything. They got you covered.
Got you covered.
Yeah. And those are the recalls. Okay. Time now for Hemings.com Sold Cars Roundup. I get this on Monday, and I save it for today. There'll be another one. You can actually go to Hemings.com and look up their weekly cars for sale. And most of them are classics, hot rods, resto mods, that sort of thing. This is for Jeff. Mars, you can play along if you'd like.
Play at home.
Yeah. and for Mars, he's playing with his computer
Yeah, I
right
see
now,
that,
not
yeah.
paying attention.
No, he's
He's
working,
working
on Zoom.
everything out. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Working on Zoom.
Working on
Under
it.
control.
So, Jeff, picture in your mind, if you will, a 1969 Buick Sport Wagon. Now, this basically the front end of it looks like a Buick Skylark. Okay, but it's a station wagon.
I know what it looks like. Yeah.
And there is the picture of it. Look at that beauty
That's
with the wood
gorgeous.
siding.
Still in the crate.
It's beige.
it's
with wood
beige
siding.
with wood. Yeah, wood.
Be still my heart.
Okay, so what do you think that sold for week before last on Hemings?
17.5.
Very good, but it's 16,275.
I would have gave them the extra money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because they're nice people.
Yeah. And so this is going to actually go nice hand in hand with your feature later
my
on
Vista Cruiser.
on owning a classic car.
Oh yeah. Hey, Mike, didn't you guess? You were going to guess 16 too, weren't you?
No, I was going to go 22, but
Oh.
that's okay. Yeah, I was going to go 16 too. That's where I was
There's
going.
something odd with this one, the way it looks, and I don't know whether it's just the paint or the stripes that don't fit, they're too skinny. I don't know what happened here. But this is a 1972 Chevy Chevelle.
Oh.
All right. It looks as though it may have been an original six-cylinder. It may still be. I didn't drill down that far. But this is a 70 Chevrolet Chevelle.
70 or 72?
72.
72.
Okay.
And if it is decent as far as rust and that sort of stuff, hasn't been wrecked, then this could be easily modified and made into like an SS,
A clone.
a clone. It's clean, got a nice clean
What color
paint
is it?
job on it. It's blue,
Okay.
but mid-grade blue, and it's got some oddball white stripes on the hood that seem to be too narrow to me. But
I'll let you
whatever.
go first.
It's two-door, right?
Yes, it's a coupe, and it's a 72, and it has what looks like, these weren't stock wheels, but they were Chevrolet wheels. They had the trim rings and the center cap,
Right.
like a Camaro Z28 wheels, whatever. So that's it. It's not an all original. It's certainly not the way that it's painted up and got wheels on it. So what do you think a 72 Chevy Chevelle would go for?
I would have to go for 15.
I'm going to go 8.
This one sold for $23,100.
Oh, no, it can't be. Kathy had a gold one with a black top.
Well, I
Hers is
think
71.
what it is, the 70 is the 70s popularity is what pulls them up.
Yeah, all right, I could see it. To just
But you see the stripes don't,
Yeah,
don't
that's
fit.
that's
They're
not
too skinny.
factory
Yeah.
stripes.
Okay, here's one for our old timers. We got a couple of them that are still alive that watch the show. This may be right up your alley. A 1931 Ford Model A. 1931 Ford Model A. It looks tired. Okay, it's probably had one restoration in its life at least. It's got yellow wire wheels on it with wide whites. It's got a white convertible top, and it's got the spare tire up there in the left front fender. It's tired. There you go. I'll let you see it. It's tired. How else would you describe it?
old.
But tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been used. I mean, it's served a purpose.
Yep. It looks like it came out of some old man's, garage, and he's dead now, and they're trying to get rid of it. So what do you think that would sell for?
I would go for 14.
I'm going to go 9.
12.6.
Oh, we split it.
Yeah. And I brought that up because, I don't see that many of these around for sale. Not like in that condition and not at that price.
Well, if you see them like that, they're in pristine and they're in somebody's
collection.
repertoire. Yeah.
And even then, they're not that much money because if for some reason original ones like that, they just don't draw that much money.
It would have made a better value if they tubbed it out.
And put an LS.
Okay, now here, let's go back to World War II. All right? The year was 1943. We were in the throes of the war. Correct?
Yes.
All right.
Some of us weren't born yet.
And you realize, you do, thank you and shut up. And you do realize that there were more manufacturers of the Willis Jeep than Willis.
What you talking about?
Yeah. Well, because I think that Ford actually built the Willis Jeep. And I don't know whether
They did.
Right. There's a lot of sharing
Yes.
in manufacturing.
They didn't build them in Willow Run. They didn't build them with the airplanes, did they? No.
No. I don't know whether this was a Rouge River.
Probably Rouge, yeah.
1943, Ford, they call it a GPW, which I think is the original thing that Jeep evolved
into. Right.
So this looks like it could be all original. It's got the axe that's soldered to the side of the car. It's got some sort of a box up on the top of the front bumper. It's got a canvas top that's kind of draped across the windshield that folds down. It looks like it could very well be an all original. What do you think that would sell for? Now, it's got new tires on it. And it's army green, and it's got the number on the side of the hood and all that stuff.
I'm going to go 21, and I know that's kind of probably high, but we'll see.
Because it's pre-Jeep, I would go 15.
10.
Okay.
10.
Now, my neighbor he belongs to a club that they restore old Jeeps and tanks and things like that. So occasionally I'll see one in the
But
driveway.
this is pre what most of those are. That's the reason I would have thought it would have brought a little
Well,
more money.
most of them didn't survive.
Well, it's true. That's why I think I would have thought this would have brought a little
And
more
you said it
money.
went for 14?
12.
12.
What'd you say?
No, it went for 10.
10.
10.
10.
Okay.
Yeah.
$10,000. It needs a restoration. But there's something attractive about that to me. I don't want to see a brand new looking one. I want to see one that has 1943 in the way that it appears. I want the dents. I want the paint job that's faded from 1943. I want it to be all original. That's just me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to buy a Jeep, that's what it was meant to do. Remember, they shipped them over there in cases, the wooden
crate.
Yeah, wooden crates that were all flattened out.
Assembled.
They used to drop on the back of airplanes,
Yes.
too. Parachute
Yeah,
them down.
yeah. They didn't have any padding in the seats,
No.
all kinds of things.
Yeah. Okay, here we're moving on now to, it looks like a restored 1951 Chevrolet 3/4 ton. It's a 3100. Okay. Chevrolet 1951 3100. Looks restored. It's mid blue. Clearly not a
Resto mod restored? Or?
It looks like they tried to restore it as
Soup
much
it
to
up.
original as it could be, with just the plain little hubcap on it and look like stock wheels and that sort of stuff. Well, there's a picture of it if that'll help you.
Okay.
Right there.
Yep.
Got that? Mm-hmm. Looks clean. I don't know about under the hood, all that. So it would have a straight 6 in it.
Yes. 3 on the tree.
27.
I was thinking 15.
Well, you're closer because 14,963.
Oh, man. Okay.
Yeah, that's one of those things. It's very specialized. They don't really draw a lot of money, but the people that want them.
Yeah. Because they don't go down the highway well.
No.
They're not geared for that.
Yeah.
It's a farm truck, basically.
Well, it's kind of like the Jeep we were just talking about. Where you're going to drive, it's going to be kind of limited, but you're going to enjoy it when you do.
Right. If you live in LaGrange and you just stay in LaGrange, perfect truck for you.
Absolutely.
Here's one. 1965 Ford Falcon Ranchero.
Yeah.
Oh.
Upper right.
Yep.
Again, blue in color. It's got white walls, and it looks like it's got sort of spoke hubcaps. Clearly
First time
not
now.
stock. But Resto Mod looks clean. And 65 Ford Falcon Ranchero.
Yeah, if it's really a resto mod, even if it's got a 289 in it, it could have had came with a 260,
Something like that,
265, something like that.
Yeah.
Just in general, I'm going to say 17.
I'll go 21.
Spot on, Jeffrey.
I won one. How about that?
$21,000.
Finally.
All right, here's one. This is strictly a Resto Mod, a 1946 Super Deluxe convertible.
46.
Yeah.
Lower right, bottom right.
Ooh, that's pretty. That's a hot rod tour car there.
A ZZ Top kind of looking car. It has big bulbous fenders.
Ooh, big
Not my
bulbous.
kind of thing, but
I like it.
what do you think?
I'm going 51. I'm
51.
going big.
Oh, no, I would go 42.
Well, Mars won that spot on, $42,000.
Nicely
is what it-
done.
Did you look at this before I?
No, it's just I've looked at a lot
What do
of
you
them
think he does over there in his computer?
looking for a roadster.
Okay,
and you
well,
wanna-
here's one that's going to trip you up, okay? A 1956 Plymouth Belvedere. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think that this had the push-button transmission
yeah,
on
on the steering
left-hand side.
Yeah.
Yeah, little pod, right? Because a friend of mine had his grandmother's or his mother's car like this.
Yeah.
So what do you think that would sell for? It looks like it's completely stock, but it's been restored. I don't know why you'd want to restore that, but whatever.
I would, yeah. If you had the
Museum
means.
piece.
Yeah.
16.
21.
27, 825.
I'm taking that one. I'm taking that.
Yeah, you take it. And for you late model freaks, here you go. 2008 Land Rover Range Rover.
Why?
Exactly. 2008 Land Rover Range Rover.
Okay, what are you going to pay me to take
Chris Lee knows best. What would you give for that?
I have no idea. 60.
Well, that's what I was
No, God, really?
Well, I don't know the car.
$60,000 for
No, 60 cents.
60 cents. There you go. Because this is one of those that if it runs, and they didn't push it in the parking lot to get it to take this picture,
Going to run up on a rollback.
it's going to spend most of its life, the rest of its life, outside of the
I
crusher.
can't change my guess, so I'm going to leave it at 60.
I got no clue.
No, nothing.
20.
$3,650.
It's on Hemings?
Yeah.
So I could buy 20 of them.
Yeah. There it is, the black one. There.
Oh, yeah.
It
You're
looks
right,
pretty.
why?
But can you imagine? I'm sorry, sir. You're going to have to buy a whole new engine and transmission. Yeah. How much would you think that would be?
Oh, and by the way, it's locked up, so you can't even roll it up on the rollback.
And speaking of problem vehicles, 1998 BMW Z3. Now, this was, their answer to the Mazda Miata, except it's, BMW. Ooh, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
There. How much?
11.
9.
$3,350, ladies and gentlemen. Get it out of here.
Bring in the hook.
Yeah.
Nice.
Phew. Run the other way.
We did better than we did last week. That's
And
for
it's
sure.
sold because nobody else would buy it.
Yeah.
So I'll give you $3,000 for it.
It was a
Yeah.
pity purchase.
A pity purchase.
Just a pity purchase.
That is beautiful. I'll have to remember that.
Stay tuned for more tips.
Yeah, the pity purchase. Okay, works for me. Well, let's go and take a little break now because I'm out of breath.
All right. I pity the fool.
Pity the fool. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7 on the In Wheel Time and Odyssey radio apps. Just search for In Wheel Time Car Talk. And podcasts are available from your favorite podcast provider. We also video stream our weekly live show on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com, 10 to noon Central Time every Saturday. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show will continue right after these brief messages.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flamiado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good. The rescheduled Gulf Coast Auto Shield Car Social is happening Saturday, January 11th, and you're invited. Bring your car, truck, or SUV, meet other enthusiasts, and find out what it'll take to get your car looking show-worthy again. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your one-stop shop for paint detailing, coatings, window tint, clear bras, camera installs, and wheel repair. The Car Social is your opportunity to get a tour of this state-of-the-art facility located at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. Join the Car Social Saturday, January 11th, 9 to noon. Talk to other owners and see how good your car can look on the upcoming Hot Rod Tour of Texas. Put it on your calendar, the Gulf Coast Auto Shield Car Social, Saturday, January 11th, 9 to noon at 11275 South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there too. We hope to see you then. Hey, if you'd like to get in touch with us, shoot us an email. The address here is info@inwheeltime.com. Pardon my white undershirt, but it got too hot for the sweater, so it was freezing this morning.
Yeah.
And it wasn't so much the 47 degrees, it was the wind.
Yeah, it was.
Blew right through you.
Oh, my hair was all messed up. It was
Yeah.
terrible.
Both of them.
All right, time now here on In Wheel Time for Jeff's feature this week: drawbacks to owning a classic car.
Yeah, owning a classic car can be a dream come true for many enthusiasts, but it also comes with its own set of challenges. So the first thing that comes to mind is high maintenance costs. Owning a classic car often involves higher maintenance costs. Parts can be rare and expensive, and finding a mechanic experienced in working on it is challenging as well. So regular maintenance tasks such as oil changes, brakes adjustments, carburetor tuning, and all of that is costly, so you got high maintenance cost. Limited availability of those parts. Finding replacement parts for a classic car can be difficult due to their age, Don, and rarity. Many parts are no longer in production. Owners may need to source them from specialty suppliers, salvage yards, or other collectors. Get on the network and find out what's going on that way. So parts are a problem. Lack of modern safety features. Classic cars lack that safety feature parts of the interior and why you want to do that. Airbags, anti-lock brakes, traction control, and advanced driver assistance systems are no longer available, and some of those are just non-existent. The absence of these can be more dangerous to drive, especially in the event of an accident. So beyond that, how are you going to store it? Well, storage requirements. Proper storage is crucial for preventing a classic car's condition. Preserving, I should say, a classic car's condition. These vehicles often require a climate-controlled environment to prevent rust, mold, and other forms of deterioration.
Rot,
and you've got animals, creatures, and rodents and things like that, depending on where you store it. So be careful of that. Invest in specialized storage if you can. Next one would be reliability. If you got reliability issues,
is that a Renault? That's a Renault.
No, I think that's it could be.
It's a Renault.
It used to be a Renault. And I think it's like scrap now. Reliability of classic cars can be unpredictable due to their age and the potential for worn and outdated components. Vehicles may experience frequent breakdowns, especially if you're on tour, or you're on a road, or you're at a car function and you break down. How embarrassing is that? The next would be vulnerability to theft. Classic cars can be attractive targets for thieves due to their high value and demand.
And the ease of stealing one.
Exactly. Owners need to invest in additional security measures such as alarms, tracking systems, secure storage area facilities to protect their investment. So beyond that, Michael, you've got high depreciation risks. You got lack of comfort in those vehicles. Are you driving it? Does the seat have cushion in it? Are you taking a date out for a nice cruise? The difficulty of finding a mechanic. Do you know a guy? Is it a guy that knows a guy, or is it a neighbor or something like that, or a professional repair
Or are you going to
facility?
be the moron know-it-all?
Poor handling. I mean, you got the proper tires, you got the proper suspension. Are you going to take it on long runs? Those are all to be considered as well. Legal and registration aspects. How do you register it?
How do you insure it?
Yeah. How do you insure
yeah.
it? So all of those can be an issue, so be careful because hot rod season's coming up. Once we get past the first of the year, it's no holds barred. Let's get it done again.
Well, I have to tell you that when I decided that I was going to get in the show car business and get the 77 Corvette that I had driven for 2-3 years off the road and give it $1 million paint job and, redo the interior with only 35,000 miles on it.
Ouch.
I was looking for a car to drive. Well, my moronic self decided that he was going to go for the 56 or 57 Chevy pickup truck, half-ton.
Oh.
That was basically a resto mod. And one of the mechanics over at Richardson Chevrolet had dropped a small block V8 in it, had an automatic transmission, 3-speed automatic transmission in it. It had been painted not quite root beer brown, but as dark brown. You don't ever buy a brown car.
Whoa.
Don't.
I had a Cutlass that was brown. It was chestnut brown from Cadillac paint.
Chestnut brown.
And it was gorgeous.
Okay. Well, you stay with that then.
Yeah, you keep that.
Your brown car. I'm not buying any brown cars
And a beige
ever
top,
again.
too.
It's kind of like buying a green race car. Ain't going to happen. Anyway, I bought this thing. So it's, had all the bugs worked out of it. Baloney. It did not. It was a total pain in my side. I spent more time keeping that truck running for me to get back and forth to work in than I did with the Corvette.
Yeah.
It was a pain.
But you wanted it. It was at the
Well,
time,
it looked cool.
It was a dream car at the time.
No, it wasn't a dream car. It was a fill the gap car. That's
Gotcha.
all it was.
I've had a couple of those. So evidently, I ticked off everyone in France for my Renault comment. So,
What did you say?
well,
No, I'm not going to rewind the tape. What did you say?
Something about it's a scrap. You said, "Is that a Renault?" I said, "No, it's a scrap now." So,
And I didn't say it was a
And
Renault.
now
I said it was a Renault.
there's a French flag flying out in front of the studio right now.
That's being
Protesters are lining up.
burned.
Yeah, protesters are lining up.
My hair is being burned in effigy.
All I can think of when anybody says to me, a Renault was Puss Wilson and the Renault episode where we egged a bunch of guys and they came after us and we were doing 100 when he hit at least a 12-inch curb and took the entire suspension out from underneath the car and put it outside of the curb while the car was on the grass. Yeah,
Was
we
it
had
that
to crawl.
car?
No,
Was it
that
that
could
one?
have been
It could have
that
been
one.
that one.
Yeah, this one was green.
Oh,
Just kind of like brown.
well, it rusted to red.
God, it was awful, just awful.
Okay, thank you, Oulaoui in France.
Ooh la wee.
Escargot, I don't know.
Don't get him started.
I know.
John did it.
The
John.
emphysema is coming
We love
back
John.
already. I can tell.
You wait your turn, John.
Yeah, and you'll have a go at him
You
just
betcha.
like we have. All right. We're going to take a quick break here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, we were going to do the Jeep Wrangler, weren't we?
We were.
Well,
We dissed him again.
We get on these rolls, you know.
I know it is. So here's what we're going to do. I've made a executive decision.
Oh, Lord.
And John's just going to have to wait because he needs a laugh on a Saturday morning. Because we're going to.
Are you okay with that, John?
Yeah, he's okay with
Okay.
everything. He's got thumbs up. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the break, and then we're going to come back and do you
All
with
right.
your.
You're going to do me.
Yeah,
with the
that's a cool Jeep.
Jeep Wrangler
Yeah.
392.
Massive.
Hey, don't forget the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is sponsored by Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex, Gulf Coast Auto Shield, and Pro-Am Auto Accessories. We continue. We thank you if we're not shot first. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show after this.
The holidays are upon us, and Pro-Am Auto Accessories is your local one-stop for the auto enthusiast on your gift list. Pro-Am Auto has been serving Houston since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am was one of the very first distributors in the U.S. for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbeau, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier shopping corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse and showroom with installation and service bays. Pro-Am reaches a worldwide audience through ProAmAuto.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. Holiday gift giving is alive and well at Pro-Am Auto. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755.
From the open roads to the open waters, your adventure starts at the Houston Automotive Show at NRG Center. One ticket, two shows. Check out top cars, trucks, sport boats, fishing boats, and more. New designs, new technology, and everything in between. Spectacular experiences, amazing fun. There's something for everyone. Get your friends, get your family, and get your tickets now. The Houston Automotive Show, making waves and fueling adventures.
And reminder that January 29th through February 2nd is the Automotive Show coming to NRG Center. Hours, Wednesday through Friday, 11 to 8, Saturday, 10 to 8, and Sunday, 10 to 6. Houston Automotive Show, we hope to see you there.
You betcha.
That's it for this podcast episode of the In-Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.